I've just done some major modifications to this motorcycle.
Little tiny slide sideways, little slideways. Look at that, that's like 6 inches, more like 4. They're 6 man inches. Yeah, I'm thinking we may not get there. What the hell am I doing? Wow, cool, man. That Ranger was probably like, who is this idiot? Pull out honey badger, who cares, you know? Oh, there's only one couch back there. There's like still cartilage in that spine. Nailed it. So we will camp up here tomorrow night.
I've just done some major modifications to this motorcycle, and it is honestly an entirely different bike. Hello friends, welcome back to the Dork side. I'm out here on the CRF450L today. The build I am calling the BDR Slayer because that is my goal with this build, to create the ultimate BDR killing motorcycle that is good enough on the road to get me there, but just absolutely slays off-road. I've made some significant strides on the build since the last mods video, and I'm out here in the woods testing them for the first time. 3 major additions. The first is easy to see. It's the Adventure Spec mini fairing. Here, I'll get you a closer look. So this fairing is going to give me a little wind protection on the highway, or what I like best about it is it gives you this mounting point for, I've got my Garmin Zumo XT on here. I actually have an adapter so I can put my phone on there. There are 2 others that you need to see. The first is this Graves full titanium exhaust system. The second is under the seat. You can't see it. It is the AIM ECU along with the AIM map switch, which gives me 6 fuel maps. And I have to give a massive shout out and the hugest thank you to Mike at Takomoto for helping put this together. So they hooked it up for this build, and this, I gotta tell you, is a completely different motorcycle. The 450L is pretty notorious for being very twitchy, difficult to control, and not super fun in the single track. And in map 2, which is the single track map, it is amazing. The fueling issues are gone, the twitchiness is gone, the flame out issues are gone, and I haven't got a ton of miles on it since I put that on, but that's what we're out here doing today, because we're also scouting, because I'm supposed to go camping with Tim tomorrow night. We're gonna try to get one more winter camp in, and I wanna go see if the spot is too soggy to use or not, my secret spot up here. So that's enough talking, let's go ride. I'm just stoked with this whole thing.
Okay, everyone always wants to hear the exhaust start up, and I don't blame you. So it has a really nice rumble. It's not obnoxiously loud. It's got the baffle still in, which I'm going to keep because I'm going to ride it on the road a lot. So it has a good note to it, but not obnoxious. We're in map 2. As you can see, here's the switch. That is the single track off-road map. Map 1 is full power, unrestricted power. And then the third map is fuel economy map for on the highway. It like cuts the revs and gives you a little bit better fuel economy at highway speeds. And then 4 and 5 are if you have a stock exhaust, which I don't, so I'm not going to use those. But anyway, let's roll. Ah, this bike. I haven't spent a ton of time on it, like I said, since the modifications, but I'm starting to feel like hopefully it's a dual sport I've always wanted, because it's gonna have really good low-end tractable power like my DRZ. Like, I love that about the DRZ. I'm not sure who Honda intended this bike for. It makes a hell of a supermoto, it really does, but it's not a great woods bike in stock form. And it's super expensive, and so the obvious questions are, why do you spend that much on a bike and then put that much more money into it to make it do what you want it to do? And that's a valid question, it's a valid concern, and with a new one, that would be dumb. But I got this bike for $7,700 with 600 miles on it, so I don't feel bad about throwing some money at it to get it to where I want it to be. You know, I've wanted one of these since they were first announced, just because I want a more powerful, more capable Honda dual sport, because you know I love Hondas. And so to me, it's worth it, even with the, and admittedly this ECU and exhaust is about $2,000. So that's not nothing. I've bought bikes that cost less than that. I've bought cars that cost a quarter of that. So you got to know that it's a bike you're going to keep for a while, and that you want to, turn into what you want it to be. But you can't get a reasonably good shape used 500 EXCF for that, for the 7,700 plus the 2,000. Not that I could find, so I still feel pretty good about it, and there's enough left over to get the suspension done. All told, I'll be into it about $11,000, which is a lot for a dual sport. Like, believe me, you can get 200-300Ls for that. I get it. But if it's exactly what I want and need for the task, to give me the ultimate confidence when I'm tackling the Oregon BDR, which is top 3 hardest BDRs, according to our friend Nathan, who was a big part of putting it together, then I want to be as well prepared as possible. I'm going to shut up so you can hear the sound. The other thing I like about this setup is this bike has great power, but it's super manageable with this fueling, throttle response and all that. I don't feel like on this wet pavement I'm in any danger of sliding or spinning the back tire, even without the traction control on. It's kind of neat that there's snow up here. Look at all this snow. I'm going camping in the snow tomorrow, apparently. It's on the road still. Damn, dude, let's go. I'm gaining a lot of confidence from this setup as opposed to the stock setup. It's just a lot more fun, easier to ride. And this bike is so light and nimble, such a huge improvement over my DRZ or even my 300L Rally right now. Just admittedly a whole different animal, but look at this. They're riding through it. No choice. A little slushy. Holy shit, look at it. Oh, there I got a little slide. Little tiny slide sideways. Little slideways. Okay, come around this corner, we'll be on top and more in the sun. I don't think we're going to see much more snow. Says that, oh. Yeah, this is how I roll. I like to make predictions and then be horribly wrong. Look at that. That's like 6 inches. Well, more like 4. They're 6 man inches. Remember about, 5 minutes ago when I was like, oh, there's probably no more snow after this. Negative. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get where I'm going now that I think about it. We may not be camping up here tomorrow, because if it's like this on the road, when I get off the road up here, there's going to be snow that is not compacted. Look at this snow. Look at it. Look at it, how deep it is. That's like up to my ankle. I got to get through this, the next patch, and then there's an open area, and then there's another tree covered area, and then it's all tree covered all the way into where I was planning on camping. Not really into trailblazing in the snow up here by myself, but I don't mind doing some ruts and crossing over some patches here or there. It's not my first time in the snow for sure, but it also never really goes that well when I get in the snow, especially by myself. It's a good test of this. I was thinking about hitting a trailer too, but I'm starting to think that's not going to happen. I have a really bad habit of saying, oh, this is probably the worst of it. Particularly in snow. Ask anyone that's ridden with me in it or driven with me in it. I've got several video examples actually of me being an idiot along those lines. Yeah, now it's not even, the tracks aren't even clear, so that was slushy though, which is good. Slushy's better. Yeah, I'm thinking we may not get there. Okay. Yeah, see, this is what I'm hoping to avoid when I'm by myself, is having to break trail. Yep, because it's really easy to slide and drop the bike in this stuff. It's got to be just up here around the corner. Let's go look. But I'll tell you what, this new ECU sure is nice for this. I'd be spinning all over the place with the old one. Man, dude, this is something. What the hell am I doing? In my head, it's already spring. I did not anticipate this at all. But it's literally still winter, so I'm just an idiot, is what's happening. Man, this would be cool to get through and get to the spot. We can't even get to my backup spot right now. Maybe we can. Let's try that. I always say it's not going to get any worse, but I keep going up, which is, science says it's colder the higher up you get, and so it actually gets worse. Yeah, that's a thing. That's what science says. Oh, here's a truck. Here's a friendo. Ooh. It's like a county sheriff or a Forest Service. He's like, what is this idiot on the motorcycle doing up here? I don't even know, dude. Ah, there's a lot more snow up here than I thought. Also, look at this douchebag. Oh, God, if you dump garbage in the woods, you are an asshole. Period. Okay, here's the problem. I thought this would be clear. Look, there's that hill climb I like to do. There's not even tracks up there. It doesn't look like. No. Yeah, we're not getting to the campsite. And my guess is the top is going to be a little clear, But down around this corner where it goes back into the trees, forget about it. Just forget about it. We're on gravel now too, which is actually, honestly, in my opinion, a little better. I think you get more traction with gravel under snow than you do with pavement. Wow, cool, man. Cool. Oh, this is so stupid by myself. Listen, I think it's clear by now from this channel, but just in case I haven't made it explicit, do not follow my example. Do not do stuff that I do. Even I look back and go, why did I do that? That was stupid. Like, riding a motorcycle in the snow is fun. It is. It's a lot smarter when you got somebody else with you. I forgot my damn inReach even, so. See the tree stand right there? And if it's real bad in the trees, we're just gonna turn around because we're not gonna get to the spot. We're just not gonna get there. Oh man, second is super useful now with this ECU. What a fun day. I can't believe I was like, it'll be fine. Morgan Freeman, it was not fine. That Ranger was probably like, who is this idiot? Actually, it was probably like, oh, that's clearly Dork in the road, because he's the only moron that would be up here in this. Have you ever wondered how the D-Sports do in the snow? Hey, not bad. As good as any other tire I've used in the snow. Okay, this is a hill. The other thing I don't want to do is get to the bottom of a hill, or I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get out. I think this is okay. I think it's okay. And here's where I start to get concerned, because the middle's too deep to even cross over. I mean, that is, can you see it? Like, almost in the middle here, not right at the rut, but in the middle, it's up to the hub of the wheel, up to the axle. Like, I'm just walking on the snowbanks on the side. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of down in here. Okay, well, I think we're done, because look at, now I'm full on snow. Oh, it's just not smart. It's just not smart to try to keep going by myself. Yeah, the back's spinning. Not bad, because new ECU, but it is spinning. Yeah, it's just not gonna get better. It doesn't get better. Okay. Well, damn. Sorry, guys. The old kickstand turneroo. Nice when your bike has a subframe, so it's very easy to grab. Just lean it back onto the kickstand, spin it around, and you're pointed in the right direction. See my tracks? Look at that. These D-Sports are crushing it right now. Well, not the video I thought I was making, but that's not always a bad thing. This is good footage. Good B-roll footage for the future, too. I like this bike a lot. Now, I mean, I liked it before, but it was just so hard to ride. A lot more user-friendly now, which is good. I don't know if I'm even good enough for this bike. Like, it's so not a beginner bike, and even at, like, I've been riding for 7 years, I still, a stock one, it was like, that's more than I want to handle, more than I want to deal with, right? Like, it's like I had said before, it's like a colt, like a young, really fast quarter horse or a thoroughbred. It's like, you have to know how to control it to get the most performance out of it, but if you do, it'll outrun anything there is, and you'll have the most fun. Now, I'm not that good of a jockey, to push that metaphor just slightly further. I'm an okay jockey, I'm an intermediate jockey, so honestly, mellowing this bike out and giving me more useful power range has made it much easier for me to ride, much more enjoyable, because I'm not thinking about it and fighting it all the time. I can just ride it. It will be interesting to spend a summer riding this in the 300L back-to-back. I'll be able to make a really good comparison video, because probably not a lot of people have both and ride them back-to-back, I'm guessing. Got off the road there. I don't want to have to go sideways up onto it. Yeah, I don't like where the track is. Okay, there we go. Cold up here, man. I'm gonna need a lot of firewood if we come back up here. See, it doesn't sound bad. It's not bad. Oh, there's another guy on a motorcycle. It's an Africa Twin. What is up? Does not get better, buddy. Does not get better. Okay, well, I thought I was pretty cool, but I'm not Africa Twin up here cool. He's probably like, oh, that motorcycle guy made it. Yeah, barely. This is the other spot right up here, I think. Yeah, it's right there. Is there any tracks? I don't know. Let's look. Sort of. Yeah. Okay, so this is the spot I thought about bringing my trailer to, because it's really easy to turn around in, but it's also easy to get to right now, so it is possible this could work. I bet if I put up a poll and was like, should I go camping in the snow or at a campground, you all would be like 97% in the snow, and 3% didn't understand the question. Not a great tent spot, because you're setting up on blackberry briars. Well, fun scouting. I don't know if we'll end up here or not. I don't really like the... Problem is, people dump their garbage and shoot and burn pallets up here, so there's like nails and crap everywhere. Yeah, I just couldn't even crawl like that before. It's crazy to think how much different it is now. When your boot sinks into the snow and you're using it for support, that's a bad thing. See that? It would have died right there with the old ECU. I'm telling you. It's night and day, baby. Back down we will go. This is a steep hill. You can't always tell on the GoPro. Trust me. And what I want is to stay on as much dry pavement as possible. Not dry, but clear. It's wet. I want to stay on as much wet pavement as possible. Well, I'm very glad I came up here to scout, because that could have been a whole thing tomorrow when I tried to come up here fully loaded and hit a bunch of snow like an idiot. I should maybe try this other side. I don't really know a ton of campsites up there, but I know there are some. Could go out that way. Why not? It's a more fun way to go home anyway. Maybe we'll find something I haven't seen before. Last time I was on this road is when I broke my camera on the 300L, so it's nice to be not worried about that as much, because I was like taking it easy, because I was like, hope I don't break this camera, and I did anyway. So although if I'd gone any harder, I probably would have like lost it, because it was still hanging on. Kind of funny. My favorite puddle patch to ride through when I'm making a bike reveal video. I don't need to get soaked today. Not that we're not going to hit anything, you know. God damn, this thing, another huge improvement with the new ECU is, anytime I gave it throttle around a corner at all, the ass would slide every time. So it's just like I didn't, because you know, I like to stay in control, or mostly in control, especially when I'm trying to go at like a considered speed, not just full out honey badger, who cares, you know. Oh, that's so much easier to corner at speed, because I don't have to worry about the front end sliding out from underneath me. This is where that branch I always hit. Yep, there it is. Damn, every time I've hit that in multiple videos. Should really stop and break it off. Yeah, this thing is going to be very fun. I can already tell. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We're gonna get along just fine, baby. That's gonna happen. So the one road I haven't explored all the way down up here, because there was somebody camping there the first time I came up here. Yeah, right here. This is it. Oh, damn, that looks good. Okay. Okay, promising. Promising. A landing. So not trashed. That's always a good sign. It means it doesn't get visited a ton by ass. I think I could get my trailer down here. Okay. There's firewood-ish. Definitely been picked clean. There's only one couch back there. This is it. This is the spot. Okay. This is the spot. There's just, you know, one dead animal. What the hell is that? Little deer? Small. The jaw looks like a deer. Looks like a deer. And there's like still cartilage in that spine. Looks like a deer skull, but like somebody smashed it. Oh, I just remembered Tim is coming up. He doesn't have his 500. It's in pieces. He's coming on his DRZ Supermoto. The snow was probably not a good thing. This might have to be the new secret spot. The only thing I don't like is that other people definitely come here. My secret spot, like nobody ever goes there. Okay, this is the spot. Nailed it. So we will camp up here tomorrow night. I'm 90% sure. I feel good about the firewood situation. since we can't buy it because we're in the woods. Okay, now there's only one thing left to do. Get the hell out of here. Successful scouting mission / snow riding shenanigans. Except now I don't want to ride anything with this. But I owe you guys a 300L trip, so that's what we'll be camping on. There's a bunch of firewood right there. Hell yeah. I feel really good about the firewood situation. This is the only snow Tim will have to get through on his Sumo. There it is, it fell. Okay, this was up over the road when I was here before. You remember that in the 300L? I broke my camera video. This was across, so it looks like somebody cut it, which is probably for the best. Not safe sitting there. So first impressions of this freaking ECU. I keep saying it, but it's night and day. Very impressive. I think it's a worthwhile investment. In fact, I would go so far as to say, if you're gonna get a 450L, unless you want to supermoto it, ride it on the street all the time, or just wide open like you live in the Mojave and it's just 60 miles an hour plus all the time. Unless you exist in those circumstances, so if you want to do any real off-roading or trail riding or anything in the woods, it's almost a must-buy. Almost just factor it into the cost of the bike and just plan on getting it. So it's a shame that Honda delivered a motorcycle that needs an expensive upgrade like that to do what most people will use it for, but it is what it is. There is no other way to get a Japanese dual sport other than plating a dirt bike, which you can't do here in Oregon. But there's no other way to get this much performance out of a Japanese dual sport. There's just nothing else that exists. So it's your only option if you only want to go Japanese. So we're about out of the woods here, just around the corner. So I just want to say thank you for watching. I appreciate you coming along. And I want to give a big shout out and thank you again to Taco Mike from Taco Moto and Graves, who helped kick down on this one too. But Mike mostly took care of that. And shout out to Adventure Spec for making a really cool fairing. And I'm very excited to potentially get the suspension done on this bike and have my BDR Slayer build mostly done. So the only thing to do now is put a bunch of miles on it to get really good feel for it before we do the Oregon BDR in July. But I also want to say thank you to my channel members and patrons, without whom content like this would not be possible. Channel members and patrons get early access to videos, they get merchandise discounts, and they also get to go to the Dork campout this July, which is only going to be open to channel members and patrons because I only have 18 slots. And also, please consider subscribing to the channel because I'm the Dork in the road and I want to be your internet riding buddy. And I'm better than your regular riding buddies because I come with a mute button. Thank you very much for watching, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Thank you.